Well, today's the day. First time we're ever going to open the overflow on the other end because we actually needed to. The suspense is killing me. This is a problem. This is a real problem. The overflow is right here in front of me, and it's about 3 inches underwater. We just got about 2 or 2.5 inches of rain in under an hour, and this thing came up pretty quickly. So here's a closer shot of that overflow for you. Probably 2 or 3 inches underneath the water level there. Water's pretty clear, so it doesn't look that deep, but so yeah, we got standing water absolutely everywhere. All the little creeks and channels are running pretty good. That right there is basically an extension of the pond. This was actually looking pretty good when I finished pumping the other day. I believe when I left at the end of the day, the water was inside that pine tree for sure, all the way back, and it just added another 60 feet, 70 feet in width to this thing. That is a lot of water. Really looking forward to walking across that. What you're seeing here is likely going to be the high water mark of all time. Unless for some reason I close the overflow and I'm not here to open it back up and we get, a foot of rain. You're looking at what's going to be the most amount of water this pond ever sees. And I'm anxious to walk on that side over there because we're probably about cresting the bank. The spacing on these solar panels versus the water line worked out really nice. Still have a nice little access path through here. This does not look like a pond anymore. This is starting to look like a lake. And I don't know how you define lake versus pond. Man-made versus not, maybe. This isn't a little farm pond anymore. This right here is why I need to crack this overflow open ASAP. We are just about ready to crest and go down on the backside, and that's when you run into problems. Granted, it'd be a slow trickle and there's grass here, but you start getting running water over top of any kind of dam, you're asking for big time problems. It's really wild to think that last September, before we started that pump from RPS, this post was 3.5 or 4 feet out of the water. Water line was 3.5 to 4 feet beyond the base of that post. Now the post is in 8 inches of water. If it doesn't make sense what's going on here, the other end of that overflow is capped back here over the hill because that overflow is like a 10-foot tall, 10-foot long piece of concrete pipe open on both ends. And when the farmer put that in, he dropped it in, put gravel on the bottom of it, but the hydrostatic pressure was forcing water up through the gravel base and then into the side discharge pipe and was bleeding water off the pond, even though water was not coming in the top of the overflow. So I capped it. Now we're gonna finally open her up. The farmer's got a field tile coming out down here. It's almost completely submerged, but you can see the flow rate. That current's coming from a 12-inch pipe being choked full of water. All right, let's open this bad boy up. Probably turtles and stuff in here. Are these not gonna be big enough to open? No, they're good. This thing's been closed up for a couple years, so probably a little gnarly at the end here. This is pretty exciting. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. You guys are like, shut up and get to it already. The suspense is killing me. Okay. Dang, son. Rain in the pond. Wonder how fast it's gonna. Oh, wow. I'm not sure why it just took off like that, but she's running now. That is some serious flow. Tell you what, that is one heck of a boot wash there. That is nice. You guys dare me to put the cap on right now? If it was July, I would do it, but I might be a little cold today. We'll walk up here real quick and see if you can hear it pulling air or what's going on. I have no good way of calculating the flow like the TV show. The flow of that pipe right now, drinking it down. She's thirsty. I'm not lying, you can hear the water rushing from up here. That is a lot of water. Been running for about 10 minutes. I don't know, this might run this way for a couple hours. So I'm gonna step away and probably not circle back until tomorrow morning and see what this thing looks like. That's wild. So here we are the next morning. We actually picked up about 1¼ inches of rain last night. I think that brings our total to about 3 or so inches in the last 24 hours. So we'll walk over here and check where the overflow is. Looks like the GFC I tripped on that aerator. Get that back on. The water level should be right about the top of this overflow, but it sounds like we're still pulling water in. At least a little bit. Just barely. See if I can't move this dock over and we can get a better look inside there. At this point, the waves are just making it trip over. And there you go. You can see the opening down there at the bottom in that discharge pipe. I had packed quite a bit of hydraulic cement in the bottom of that to get this thing to close up. We'll see how it works. So down here we just now have a little trickle coming out. I'm kind of amazed we didn't see more erosion right here from that flow, but so be it. You see over here, the farmer's field tile is still pumping out the water. I imagine by this afternoon, the overflow up there will not be running any water. However, remember, this thing does leak from the bottom up there. At least it did 2 years ago. So we'll see what kind of water's coming out of that when that's all said and done. And I'm almost afraid to walk back here and look at this. Oh my gosh. This is a problem. This is a real problem. I've never seen it like this. The footprint of this had to have expanded by another 30 or 40 feet. Look, it goes, let's just walk this. I'm already in six inches of water here. So like, look at the depth of the water right here in my boots. I'm almost afraid to walk through here because I know there's a drop off. If that channel would be over top of my boots. It's gonna end up killing all these trees if we don't get this out of here. It might be time to buy a trash pump, huh? And this pond or swamp is just about ready to make its way into the pond itself. We gotta start pumping this down. I don't know, guys. I was thinking this wouldn't be that big of a deal to manage, but seeing this now, I'm wondering we really need to get creative with how we tackle this. Every year going forward, this time of year, this is gonna be a problem. I mean, this thing had to have grown. I said, what, 30 or 40 feet yesterday. Go ahead and add another 50 feet, 60 feet to that. I mean, we are approaching the solar array over here, and I'm easily walking in 8 inches of water. This is absolutely insane. I can't quite believe this. This area is easily covering 1/2 of an acre now, if not more. And it also dropped about 30 degrees overnight, which is it's really fun when it's about 35 degrees and you're trying to mess with water. All right, this is insane. I'm gonna go grab the pump, let this thing run while I'm gone all afternoon, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned, guys. I'll give you an update after I pump this down for a while in another video. My goodness. That's insane. What's that saying? Be careful what you wish for. Last fall, we were desperate for water. Now we've just got way too much of it. I'm gonna get busy. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.